Hello, and thank you for watching another Ross's movie reviews. This is my continuing review for the Star Trek series. Leonard Nimoy, who had directed the last film, got his wish of getting a big budget and getting a lot more to work with in his next directorial entry in the Star Trek movie franchise. Star Trek 4 is a great leap beyond Star Trek 3. A much more vast improvement in the series to really make this movie series stand the test of time. This movie is the most popular out of the whole entire, hands down, the whole entire movie franchise. Anybody, I can go to anybody on the street and ask them, have you seen Star Trek 4, the one with the whales? They will tell me yes. Anybody who is anybody has seen this movie. This movie is the biggest moneymaker and the biggest impact on Star Trek fans and non-Star Trek fans, period. Now, the last movie was somber. It was very, I would say, depressing, very, I don't know, very sad at times. This movie is a complete 360, completely turns that around. This movie is lighthearted. The cast, all the cast gets to joke around. It's a comedy caper, especially when they come into here, because the plot is, alright, a probe in the 23rd century is threatening the planet Earth, alright? They are, the crew of the Starship Enterprise we're just now about to face their consequences, but they can't because this probe is threatening the planet. Their planet in their time. So what they have to do is that they found out on a computer that this probe can only be answered by humpback whales. So now they have gone back in to the early 20th, late 20th century, and they have now gone to a place where they can find some humpback whales in an attempt to bring them back to their time to save the planet. Now let me tell you this is an ingenious plot, because at this time there was a lot of hunting of whales and stuff like that in the mid-80s, the late 80s. There was a lot of hunting of whales. There was a lot of whalers going after whales. I think Star Trek wanted to send a message that, an environmental message to save these, these very, harmless creatures. I've never seen this before in a movie, in a science fiction movie. This was like the first time I've ever seen in a science fiction movie it actually have a realistic plot. A plot that would happen, in a real world setting. What better way to get this message out than by one of the most beloved series in history to get this message out. Please don't kill the whales. We need them, you know. This is a great movie. It's so funny. It's so hilarious. It's got very good tones. It's got a great plot. I think Leonard Nimoy did everything right in this movie. It was nominated for an Academy Award for special effects. It was just a very, very good movie to watch. And it was so much of a lighthearted improvement over Star Trek 3. And it still is the highest grossing movie of the whole entire franchise. And the one that just recently came out, it made a lot of money. I mean, sure, it really single-handedly resurrected Star Trek, the movie series. It single-handedly resurrected Star Trek, but this is the thing. This is the movie that made it known to everybody that Star Trek was here to stay. It's not going anywhere. You know? I think that had an impact on science fiction because they were waiting to see this series. You know, some people were waiting to write this off. Hey, this isn't going to work, you know. This Star Trek can't work on the screen. Oh, Leonard Nimoy wasn't willing to write it out. He wanted to make a good movie for the fans. A good movie that the fans have been waiting for. A good movie like, you know, equal or greater to Star Trek 2. You know. And he did it. He did it, and he did a great job, you know. This would mark the last time that Leonard Nimoy would direct in this series. He would produce Star Trek 6, but it would be at least 5 more movies before he would actually show up again in Star Trek, the movie, the 2009 movie. Now, his acting is great in this, and you see like funny parts like this, where he shuts up a guy on the bus because he's playing loud rock music and everybody's clapping and stuff like that. This had the humor of Star Trek, you know, it had the great humor. It had that Trouble with Tribbles humor to it, you know, and that's what made this great. It made it a great movie, and it will always forever be, you know, a great movie in the Star Trek franchise, you know. And I think the one thing that made everybody love this movie so much was it. It just had that lighthearted humor in it, and it just had things that even if I didn't like Star Trek, I could come into this movie and I could see it, and I could still appreciate this movie. Even if it wasn't a Star Trek movie, I'd still like it. Even if it didn't have any ships in it whatsoever, I'd still like it. Because it's that good of a movie. It's universal. It's versatile. It's the most versatile movie in the entire franchise. Now, guess who would be directing in number 5, Star Trek 5? Oh yes, you guessed it. William Shatner. Now, I would say that William Shatner's entry in my next review is probably the most bizarre Star Trek of them all. I don't know what... Well, I'm going to try to give the gist of it to you in the next review. So, thank you for listening to this, and we will go to the very bizarre Star Trek 5 in the next review. Thank you very much. Good night.